Hi, I'm Ben, and this is another video I wanted to do. Teletoon is gone. Okay, for those of you who live in America or don't know what Teletoon is, Teletoon was a channel block, usually like where I live, it was always on channel 50, but it was a Teletoon, it was a channel block where you get to watch cartoons or even older cartoons, and it's gone now. It's replaced with Cartoon Network, but and don't get me wrong, I like Cartoon Network, but it's just Teletoon is something I grew up with. I remember being little and they always show, and back in the early 2000s, they showed those creepy, those crazy bumpers with the playground or the movie theater or those crazy things. I remember Doodle, like remember Doodle where it was like the square head guy. Even I did drawings for that I wanted to do for my own. I loved that. But yeah, I remember watching like Atomic Betty, Duck Dodgers, Totally Spies. Like those were very good shows that I watched as a kid. I remember when the first time there was those bumpers. I remember one bumper where it was like the big bad wolf and the little pig. That was funny. And I remember they changed it. Like my family couldn't afford the channels, so they took them down, but then got it back up, and they changed Teletoon. It was like going down. It was like around 2005, I think, where it was like this roller coaster ride. Like I remember that. Then Teletoon and I remember Teletoon movies, like when they are like Scooby Doo movies or Warner Brothers movies, like Looney Tunes movies. I love those. And I remember, yeah, and I remember when they changed it at the very end with the Teletoon logo with the more triangular square logo change, and that was the permanent logo. Well, I did like that fine. It's just I'm very sentimental to the old days of the logos. But I remember the logo with the smiley face. Oh, Teletoon first came out when I was before I was even born, and I miss watching all those shows. I haven't watched Teletoon in like a year or so, a year or two, my my because I can't really afford new channels right now because it's really hard right now. But I miss Teletoon. I wish I can just say it's farewell goodbyes, like watch this channel, but there's nothing I can do about that. Well, even if I do get channel 50, I'm gonna miss Teletoon. Like Teletoon, like I like Cartoon Network. I like because I watched it on another channel, but I'm gonna miss it on channel 50. Like channel 50 is where I grew up with Teletoon. Like it was my childhood. I remember watching Foster's Home, I mean not Fairly Odd Parents. That was YTV. I remember Foster's Home. Well, I remember all the Totally Spies and Atomic Betty. Like those were great shows. Okay, now here's something a lot of people are asking me. Like, don't forget Total Drama Action or Total Drama Island. Don't be mad. I never watched Total Drama Island.
What? Are you kidding? Why?
I know, you can't say you're a Teletoon fan without mentioning you watch Teletoon Total Drama Island. I'm sorry, I never grew up watching it. I don't know, it just looked too gross for me or too bizarre. Because I guess it doesn't, because I mainly do watch like the Cartoon Network shows that aired there or any of the action shows that aired there. But besides that, I mainly just watched like I never even watched shows like 16 or anything. Like, I never watched those shows. I know you're probably very upset. Like, how can you watch Teletoon without watching those iconic shows? I watched Johnny Test. I liked watching that. I do like the new Netflix series they aired. But yeah, besides that, I don't know what else is there to tell you, but I do miss Teletoon. I'm gonna miss all the bumpers and the things. I haven't watched it in a while. I wish I watched it for one last time before I say its goodbyes, but yeah, Teletoon is officially gone. I'm gonna miss growing up with it. Well, at least we can always find those bumpers on YouTube. But yeah, well, and sorry if the light's a bit dark here. I forgot to turn on the flashlight again for my last video. Oh my gosh. Well, anyways, that's my thoughts on Teletoon being farewell. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time.